Welcome back to another Joe's One Pot Wonder. This week it's an Èasy Saag Aloo, a nice Punjabi classic of spinach and potato curry. Really cheap, comes in at under £2 with the rice and the naan breads and that. Really simple. We'll have a quick run through the ingredients, we'll get set up and we'll get cooking straight away. Right, for this one we're going to need 400 grams of potatoes, diced. We need to boil these off. You can either boil them in the pan or you can do what I'm going to do. And I'm going to stick them in the microwave for about 6 or 8 minutes, just until they start going soft. So we can get them in pretty much straight away. Take off into the microwave, 6 or 8 minutes, they'll be perfect. Okay. And we're going to need 300 grams of onions, roughly chopped, doesn't matter. 400 grams of spinach, 25 grams of chopped garlic, 10 grams of chopped chilli, 15 grams of chopped ginger. The chilli and the ginger is up to you. You can put as much or as little as you like in. I always like to go a bit heavy with garlic because I like garlic. I don't like to go too heavy with the chilli because I like to taste my food. And you can go a bit mad with chilli. So I tend to keep mine low. The spices we're going to be using is a teaspoon of turmeric, 2 teaspoons of cumin, 3 teaspoons of coriander. We're going to have a few sprays of fry light, some salt and pepper, a stock cube and a pint of boiling water. Right, we'll get this moved out the way and we'll move over and we'll start cooking. It's that quick, really. It's a really good, quick, easy, low calorie, super healthy. There's nothing not to like about this one. First of all, we'll give a pan. So before we get going, all we'll be using today is the hob in the microwave. There's no big equipment list. There will be an equipment list in the description along with all the ingredients if you've missed any. So anyway, we'll just give it pan a few sprays of firelight, give it a couple of minutes to warm up, and we'll crack on. Before we start, I'd like to take you through what I use to put these videos together and what I use to knock all my dinners together. Really, it's my cooking kit. If you're going to pursue a healthy, cheaper eating lifestyle, then I encourage you to start building one of these. This didn't happen overnight. I've built it over many months and that. But anyway, we'll just have a quick run through it. Obviously, we've got the spices that we're going to be using today. The curries and the corianders and the turmerics and the cumins and that. We've got some curry powders, some madrasas and things like that. Different blended curry powders. But a Chinese curry powder, really quick. I think that one's just add an onion and a bit of boiling water and it's done. And we'll move on to like paprikas and that. And we've got these, the ground cinnamons and the nutmegs and the ground spice. Perfect for cakes, perfect for savouries. A few herbs. You'll see these getting used over and over in my videos because this is the base of it. I can go out, I can buy the cheap meat, I can buy the cheap fish, come back, I know there's a combination in this cupboard that I can get a meal together. Traditionally, I think the aloo saag, there'll be a lot more oil involved, maybe ghee butters and stuff like that. Normally they'll heat the oil up and they'll flick some cumin seeds. I think I've got cumin seeds in here. Have I got any? Yeah, they'll flick some of them in until they crackle, then they know the oil's hot. Then they'll go in with the onions and the garlics and that. We're just going to take all the oil out. We don't really need it. We're trying to keep it quite healthy. And yeah, anyway, let's crack on. Right, now the pan's hot. Chuck the onions in. I've got the pan on quite a high heat for to start with. Mine goes up to 6 and I've got it on 5. So I don't know what the oven does, but that's what mine does. give you a guide. So it's about 3/4 of the way on. And what I'll do is I'll just put a splash of water like I normally do. Whack the lid on, give it a few minutes for the onions to soften up. Then we'll start cooking properly. Right, while they're doing the business, we'll just gather our ingredients together, and that's what we're going to need. I think we need to knock our stock up. So if you make your stock up with about half a pint of water or something, that'll probably do you. Half a pint of boiling water, sorry. So we'll just mix this stock up. We'll just set it aside and it'll be ready for when we need it. Okay, that's that done. We'll gather our ingredients up and we'll make a proper start. Funny, it's the second time I've had to make this video because I had a copyright strike or something, or a copyright claim. I don't really understand it because I got it from Pixabay, which is meant to be a site where you can use the music. But never mind, we'll do it again. Just shows you how easy this dish is. It's the basics out the cupboard. I was able to just jump on it and do it all again. Anyway, onions are soft now. We're going to chop the garlic, the ginger and the chilli in. I think this Saag Aloo, its proper name is Palak Aloo, because I think Palak is spinach in Indian or whatever language it is. And Aloo, I think, just is potatoes. But I think Saag just means green vegetables, like spinach leaves, or not spinach leaves, mustard leaves, or a cabbage or something. I mean, you probably ask 50 people how to make this and they'll give you 50 different answers, you know, because it's one of them dishes that have just, every family's got their own. Anyway, with them doing, we'll start putting the spices in. The spices, we want to cook them. I like to call them fry them dry, because a lot of people don't cook out the spices properly and they taste awful. The curries are grainy. There's sharpness and bitterness in the thing, and it's only because they haven't cooked the spices out properly. So it was 3 teaspoons of coriander, 2 teaspoons of cumin. And this is a great dish to get confident with spices because we're only really dealing with 3. And it doesn't get too complicated. And a bit of turmeric. We'll just fry that off for just a few seconds, really, 30 seconds or so. It'll look like it's going dry, it might burn a bit on the bottom, but that's fine. We're going to put some water in that in, so it doesn't really matter. And you could knock this up in half an hour start to finish, if you're not like filming it and stuff like that. It'd take me a little bit longer today because I'm filming it, like, but that's not a problem. Anyway, I think I should start recording me guitar practice a bit, I think, and see if I can get any music out of that for my videos, because that might help a lot. I mean, they can't copyright as if I've made it myself. It's the first time I've run into something like that, but it's all a learning curve, I suppose. And I made a schoolboy error of deleting the last video of this out of the editing thing. So, right, that's done. Now what we want to do is put the spinach in. Just drop it in. This will let off a lot of water, but we're still going to need the stock in that because when we put the potatoes in, they're like a sponge, they'll soak everything up, and if you're not careful you'll end up burning the bottom of it. Right, we'll let that cook off for a few minutes. This frozen spinach is great, you know. It can go in so many things. In fact, spinach altogether is it's a great ingredient. It's pretty high in protein for a vegetable, super low calories and that. And yeah, it's great. It's a great food. Right, we'll just whack the lid on. A few minutes, then we'll come back and we'll sort the next stage out. Right, it's been about 5 minutes, and spinach is starting to soften down a bit, as you can see. And now all we're going to do is get our potatoes that we've done in the microwave, or we've done on the hob. They're firm, but they will break if you give them a good squeeze. That's what we're looking for. They can go in. These potatoes are going to be like a sponge, so what you want to do is start putting your stock in. And what I like to do is I put half of it in, let it cook for say 15 minutes, come back, check it. If it's gone dry, I'll put some more in. If it hasn't, then I'll just leave it. Then we'll just finish it off with a bit of salt and pepper. Like I say, really quick. There's loads of healthy meals from that part of the world, you know. As long as you avoid a lot of the oils and that, and a lot of the sugars and that, the molasses and stuff like that, you can, with a few tweaks, you can tweak these into really, really healthy meals. Not the same, we don't use a lot of oil, we do. We use a lot of cooking oil and that, but I'm not too keen on the ghee butters and stuff like that. I think they're a bit, especially if you're on a weight loss diet or something, so high in calories. Anyway, we'll whack the lid on that, get rid of this, and we'll turn the heat down to number 3. I think that's number 3 on mine. Number 4 on mine. So it's just a shade over half. As you can see already, the stock's gone. Now if we left that, it would burn. So we'll just put a bit more of the stock in. Give it another stir, and then we'll just leave it and let it cook itself out. If you're in a hurry, you can turn it up and let it cook a bit faster. If you're happy just to sit and let it wait. Keep it on a low heat. Look at that, how healthy does that look? Absolutely stunning, absolutely stunning. There's loads of meals from that part of the world, I tell you, loads. I love it all. So, and they're all accessible now because we all got the internet and that, so there's no excuse. Right, we'll just leave that. I'll keep coming back every 5-10 minutes, give it a good stir, check the water content in it and that. And yeah, we'll let it cook out now for about 30 minutes, I suppose. And then we're done. Just a case of plating up and enjoying my dinner. Right, that's been about 25 minutes. I've been back, I've stirred it every few minutes and that. And as you can see, wow, oh, it smells absolutely incredible. What I'll do now is I'll just turn the heat off and just let it sit with the lid off, filling the room full of nice smells and giving it a chance to thicken itself up. While that's happening, we'll sort the rice out. I don't mess about when it comes to rice and garlic bread, naan breads and stuff. I use this stuff just ready cooked microwave rice. I do cook it if I haven't got any, or if this goes too expensive, and I will buy it. But this at the minute is like 30 pence for 250 grams, which is ideal. It takes a lot of hassle out. I mean, it's this stuff that slows you down. Like making naan breads. Making naan breads is crazy because it takes so long to get them right. And you see them on the telly and that, and they do it in minutes, but the reality is not that, is it really? Anyway, that can go in the microwave for 2 minutes, and it's done. The naan breads, again, I got them from Lidl's, and they're only like 50 pence for two, so by the time I chop up all the ingredients to make them, I'll probably be losing money. So I'll choose one of these. This is the mad thing when it comes to, like, if you're on like low fat diet or whatever, or trying to lose a couple of pounds. That garlic bread there is higher in calories than a portion of this. It just doesn't compute, but that's where the calories come from. I mean, this is I think it's about 270 calories or something for the sauce and the curry. The naan bread's 345 on its own, I think, which, as you can see, I'd rather eat that than just that. You'd be a lot fuller off eating half a pan of that than you would eating that, that's for sure. Anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to splash this with a bit of water, whack it in the oven for about 3 or 4 minutes, and we'll get the plating up. Well, I'd just like to thank you for watching, and all that's left is to plate up. I say the takeaway from this video really is to get confident with the spices and that, you know. Put yourself a little cooking kit together like mine, because it saves you a fortune. If you want to see all this stuff made properly, or made traditionally, get yourself on YouTube and search for Rick Stein's Indian Adventures, and Keith Floyd, people like that. I know they're a bit old-fashioned and that, and a bit out of touch, but if you want to see it done properly, then they're the boys to show you. Or just search YouTube for some traditional cooking. I bet there's loads out there. Anyway, I'd like to thank you for watching. If you like the video, give it a subscribe, like, all that YouTube stuff and that. And yeah, there you have it. My take on Saag Aloo, or Palak Aloo, if you want to put it correctly. Rice, naan bread. I think this whole dish comes to 825 calories. That's what I've got it down as. And yeah, there'll be ingredient list, equipment list, and the macros and that in the descriptions. And yeah, thanks for watching. Until next time, be kind to each other, stay safe, stay active, and enjoy your week. Thank you.